Hey gang, how y'all doing? So this is, as promised, a little message that God showed to me. Matter of fact, it comes from a word that I saw online, and it was really, really, really good. So I went through and I looked at some of the scripture, and it's like, what? So good. So, and this is going to be about open heaven. I'm going to share some stuff I've been going through, but really this is an encouragement for you because God is doing something in the spirit realm right now that I don't think I've ever seen before. And it's almost like he's drawn a line in the sand and he's exposing darkness. And he's also exposing the light bearers too. And that's where I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm only talking to certain people here. I'm talking to the black sheep. I'm talking to the scapegoat, the peculiar people, the weird ones. You know who you are. This message is for you. That's what I'll say. Like, it's not going to be a surprise. Also, I will tell you I'm one of those weirdos. I believe God and have suffered for righteousness. I'm not trying to say that I'm something special, right? Even though I know I am, because he says I am. But I've went through things in my life that even when I was going through them, I knew they weren't just physical realm type of things. I knew it was deeper than that. I couldn't explain it, right? And I would say from the time I could remember in my life, there was a spiritual battle going on for me. I'm not perfect, but by his grace, he has chosen me to be a truth bearer. And I would tell you, even as a child, I was that way. I was so weird. But it was because of what God has placed in me. It was his spirit inside of me that had to come out. And it would come out at times where it probably shouldn't come out, especially as a kid. But I never really understood why I've been tested so much in my life. But I would tell you, it's for a time as this. And it's crazy that the testing has prepared me for what I'm going through now. It's for this time now. And I would say it's overwhelming and humbling all at the same time. And it's not about whether you deserve it or not, because I know maybe some of you might be feeling like you're an imposter or you don't have the walk in the Lord to do the things that he's called you to do. But I will tell you that whether you feel like you're worthy of it or not, God says you are. Don't listen to what other people say. If you have truth that God has placed in you, you've been seeing visions, you've been dreaming dreams, God has been giving you spiritual words, he's been uncovering wickedness in your life, this is the time to rise up. And I don't know if you understand the whole idea of open heaven, but in spiritual circles we talk about open heaven, and it's like when the spiritual realm is kind of it's come down to our level, or you could say the veil of heaven is very thin, and like there is no division between us and them, because that's where we are right now. And I've had more prophetic dreams in the last month than I probably had in my whole life, and I don't dream that much. Really don't. So I would tell you that God is preparing all of us, and there's a lot of people talking. It ain't just me. There's a lot of people coming awake. There's a lot of people that realize what's going on, and they're excited about it, because these are times that we've talked about and things that we've looked forward to a long time ago. And I would say even as a child, I heard about times like these, but this is the first time in my life that I would say that God is very, very profound with what he's doing. So first scripture I want to share with you is Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in well-doing, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So that reaping what you sow thing is kind of part of what's going on. And I'm going to share something that kind of shows you that. And I would tell you, in my life, I felt like I've reaped a lot more negative than positive for what I've invested in life, right? And I know rain is going to fall in every life, and it does, right? You're going to get sick. You're going to have relationship issues. You're going to have money issues. You're going to have family issues. That's going to happen to everybody. But I would tell you, if I could sit here and tell you everything from the time I could remember as a kid until now, you would not believe. And I'm probably not going to be able to do it justice because I'm going to leave things out. I'll just tell you like that. I'm going to leave some things out. But I'm going to just go ahead and start what I have prepared here. I don't want to keep this too long. So God hid me in plain sight. My whole life, He's been hiding me. Like, it's not like I've been an underachiever. I've done really good in my professional life. I've had family, got kids. You know, I've had a degree of wealth. You know, not crazy, but I've done okay in my life. But I would say in recent times, God has caused me to be a lot more quieter than I have in the past. And this has allowed the enemy and his minions to underestimate me and my capabilities. But this whole hiding me thing in plain sight has tricked the enemy and evil spirits who are trying to kill me. And the crazy thing, God, just like you read in the Bible, has had a hedge on me. Like, He didn't protect me from everything. I've been through it. But the main things that they were trying to use to kill me couldn't touch me. It's like being bulletproof. And the crazy thing now, and this is whole reaping the sowing thing, all the people and entities that were trying to get at me and trying to throw dirt on my name and trying to hurt, harm, and kill me. All those curses are being reversed on them now. And it's sad, right? I've actually been praying for them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was encouraged to, but that's the right thing to do, is to pray for them. Because the crazy thing is, people believe that they're fighting against me, but I'm going to share a scripture that shows you that they're not fighting against me. They're actually fighting against God. And that's one we can't win as human beings, I will just tell you. Matter of fact, that's demons and evil cannot win over God either, right? I know it seems like that sometimes, and I feel like that sometimes. I struggle with some of the things that go on in this world, but God allows some certain things, but there's a point where He puts His foot down, and it's scary. I'm telling you, it's very, very scary. And this is the encouragement part. If there is something you've been needing or wanting from God, this is the time to ask. If you've strayed from home, come home. If you have a purpose you've been neglecting, get to it. Because the Spirit is being poured out in fullness right now. Get on your face and pray. Get on your face and just get before the Lord and listen to what He's telling you and directing you to do. You will not be upset about it, I'm telling you. And also realize good will overcome evil. And we already know what the end is. We already know. So I'm going to read a little bit of Psalms 91, and I'm going to continue this message because I'm really just getting into it. Psalms 91, verses 1 through 4. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His